If you're tired of the defense spamming man coverage defense on you in college football 26, then you're in luck because in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to throw glitch streaks for easy touchdowns every time against man. And the best part is you can do this with any receiver. You don't even need a fast receiver to do it. Let's get into it. All right, boys. So if you've been playing this game, you know that people spam man coverage, especially these cover zero blitzes, such as mid blitz and, a host of others. A lot of people still like stunning. A lot of people like just sending six because, let's be honest, coverage is really bad on this game, especially zone. So man-to-man is definitely something you're going to see a lot. Now, you can do what I'm about to show you from really any playbook, any formation. I recommend doing it out of a shotgun, and you don't need a specific receiver. Anybody can do it. The one thing you do need to do is you need to have the right settings for your passing. So what I want you guys to do is to go into your settings and make sure you put your passing type on placement and accuracy, because you need to be able to freeform the streak in order to get the separation you need, even when you don't have the best receiver. Okay, now for slow down, just turn that off. For pass lead increase, this is very, very, very important. You need it on small, because if you don't have it on small, you're not going to be able to lead this away from the defender and score these touchdowns. Now, for reticle speed, I play on 7. I mean, you could kind of like do whatever you want with that. But yeah, I would recommend 7 because it's going to give you, the best opportunity, in my opinion, to make this throw and not mess up and still have enough room to make the pass. So, and like right now, like I said, a lot of people are running these mid blitzes, or just honestly just any sort of cover zero blitz. And the thing about this is like, if you just try to throw a regular streak like this, you might have some success if you have a fast receiver, but like also it might get picked off, the pressure might get there. So like just throwing a regular streak is not very reliable, right? So here's what you want to do. Now the first thing is you have to know how to actually give yourself enough time to do this against a cover zero blitz. Because, if I just try to come out here and snap the ball with no protection, I could very easily get sacked, throw a pick or rush a throw. The thing is you don't really want to block the running back. Because if you block the running back, what's going to end up happening is that the guy assigned to the running back, you see that safety, he's going to drop, he's going to drop back. And like maybe we're able to get it over the top, maybe not. Again, but you just don't really want that safety being able to get into the play. And that's what's going to happen if you block the running back. You see, again, the safety's just able to, drop back into the deep zone, into the middle of the field. We don't want that. So here's what you're going to want to do. What you're going to want to do is put the running back on a check and release or a block and release. And to do this, what you do is you bring up your protection menu and you hit the L2 or the button for block and release. It's going to put him on a check and release. Now, when you go ahead and snap the ball here again, you'll see that, well, now the safety, again, he's not in the play. Notice how he's just sitting in the middle of the field, and I just threw the ball away because I just wanted you to see that, the block and release, the check and release, whatever you want to call it, it does give you enough time against a cover zero blitz. But most importantly, the safety, he just runs down. He's basically in a spy. So now I have the one-on-ones everywhere that we can take advantage of when you know how to throw this streak. So now let's break down, now that you know how to use the proper passing settings, and also how to pick up the heat so you have time. Let's break down how to throw this. And if you're enjoying this content and you want more like it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop me a like on the video. Okay, so there's a few different ways you have to throw it, and it just kind of depends upon the leverage of the defensive back. And I'll show you a few examples of each. So like here, you'll see that this defensive back, and I like to do this to a slot receiver, guys. It's easiest to do to a slot receiver. You'll see that this defensive back right here is assigned to the slot receiver. And right now, he is inside positioning. So we're going to get leverage to the outside. So I'm first going to break down once or twice how to throw this if we're throwing it to the outside. Then I'll get into instant replay and show you how I did it. Then we'll get into how to throw it to the inside and break that down for you, because you really need to master both, if I'm being completely honest. So right here, you're seeing that's an easy touchdown because we were able to get that ball away from the DB to where he's never going to make a play on that. And, you could do this to any receiver. Obviously, better receiver, the more likely you're going to be able to actually score this and, not get a dive catch animation. You never want a dive catch animation. So the whole key here is the way I'm throwing this, which we'll get into in a second here. I just want to do it one more time. See, that's perfect. The DB is not going to be able to make a play. Now let's get into the replay, break down what to do, because this is a very specific way of throwing the ball. Real quick, guys, if you want to dominate college football 26 and win more games, sign up for my VIP membership on Sportsgamerz.com. You'll get access to all of my premium content for the entire year, including all my offensive and defensive ebooks, weekly tip updates, and more. I'm running a limited time sale on my yearly membership where you get 7 months for free and 6 bonus ebooks. Over 99% of our members say that they win more games with our tips. Click the link in the description of this video and start winning more games now. So first of all, you need to know when to throw it. So when to throw this. You're really looking to throw it. First of all, it's a must that you at least wait for the DB to turn his back. So like if you throw this too soon, he's going to be looking at the quarterback and it's not going to work. So you want to wait till he turns his back because then he's not even looking at the quarterback. So you get that extra second, of him not reacting. But aside from that, I still like to wait about 20-ish yards downfield because I have a better window to throw it in at this point. So once I'm about 20-ish yards downfield with the DB's back towards me, this is when you throw the ball, but this is when you need to know how to throw it. So first of all, we're throwing a bullet pass and we're leading it kind of down and away from the DB. So here that'd be down and to the right. But the most important part about this is that you freeform it. Because if you don't freeform it, you won't get the pass lead away from the DB enough and he might be able to play it. Now, if you don't know how to freeform, the way you do that is you hold down either the L2 or the LT as you're hitting the receiver's icon. Well, as you're throwing the ball, you hold down L2 or LT, and then while you're doing that, you throw a bullet pass with the pass lead I described. Okay? And then you're going to see what ends up happening is this is not a normal throw. We're kind of bending it away from the DB, and then I click on, and I'm able to get this rack catch animation. And you'll see that the DB, he cannot make a play on this, right? He's going to get beat. We're going to score. Okay, so that's if we're trying to go to the outside. I would say master outside. I'd say master throwing to the outside first. I just feel like it's easier, right? So what if they're playing you like to the inside though? So let's try to set something up like that, where the DB has inside leverage. So like let's actually just move him because he's honestly like kind of just in the way. But like let's just go ahead and move him. I'm going to throw some zones out here. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and take this a step further and route commit outside. I just basically want to make sure that the DB does play this outside. So I have to throw this inside because I've already shown you how to throw it outside. Now let's do inside. All right. So with this positioning, you would think that, we're going to be able to throw this inside, right? So let's go ahead and show you how that works. And yeah, we are going to have to throw this inside. And you can see we got a yellow or orange. And like that's kind of annoying on this game. Like sometimes that happens. But we can't really do much about that. We'll just do it again. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this once again. Hopefully this time we get a good throw. Like I said, honestly, it's stupid. But sometimes on this game, your quarterback just wants to smoke the throws for no reason. Okay, we get a blue pass. And that time, that was actually perfect. But this time our receiver just didn't really even go for the ball. So we're going to do it again. Hopefully, this time we get another good pass, but our receiver actually attacks the ball. That would be perfect. And you can see, okay, that's another good pass. And there we go. Now, that time we got a bad animation, but whatever. Like, you can still see how it works. So let's just break down the throw. And again, like I said, the better quarterback, the better receiver, the less weird animations you'll get, the less bad throws. So keep that in mind. But basically here, when you see that the DB is outside, it's a little bit different. So he's playing to the outside. So now we know, we can't throw it outside because he's already playing that way. So what we're going to do here is, again, wait about 20 yards downfield when the DB's got his back to us. This time, we're free-forming it down into the inside, which would be this time down and to the left. And again, to free-form, as we're passing the ball, we hold down L2 or LT. So once we do that, we can click on and basically just go for a rack catch, bringing our receiver inside just like this. And I guess it's probably because this guy is short. He had the jump catch. If he doesn't do a jump catch, that's a clear touchdown. But the jump catch allowed the DB to recover. Still, though, it's a big gain. So, like, yes, if you have a fast receiver that's tall, that's going to be best because, you know, going to be more likely to get good animations. And, like, yes, you'd want a quarterback with good throw power that also has good accuracy. You know, you want to use a quarterback that you're good with his release too, because, like, yeah, when you get greens and blues, you're going to have a lot better chance than if you get some of the yellows or the oranges that I got once earlier. You know, those are going to result in overthrows. But at the same time, like, doing this against these types of defenses, even if it is an overthrow, I mean, it's just going to be an incompletion. So it's not that big of a deal. But still, this is something that you should take like 5 to 10 minutes to practice before doing it online so you don't jump into a game and throw interceptions.